Okay. Yes.
So how is it? What were you doing since morning? Busy, not busy, trying to keep
Uh,
busy?
Today this is my first session. I didn't
Hmm.
have any conversation, any session, any call. Just as I was sitting, I am little under the weather, so that is why I didn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you look little puffy as well.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You tell. How are you? How are you
Oh,
doing?
I was trying to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
I same here, disorientation. I didn't feel like doing anything since morning, but I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to kind of push myself, kept motivating.
Yeah.
Eventually managed to do a few tasks that I had aligned,
Mm-hmm.
not to the fullest and to the perfection, but at least it happened.
Hmm.
Not to my satisfaction. That is what I want to say. I could have
Okay.
done better, but it's okay. The fact that I managed to do a few is quite pleasing at this point in time, considering the fact that I was completely disoriented in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And let's talk something nice today. Can we talk about dreams?
Sure, we can talk about this.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
fascination and possibly we would have little wild imaginations as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that will be little nice for us to indulge
Mm-hmm.
since we both
Right.
are kind of having a SAR
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
experience. So let's do. So you tell me, how are your dreams? Do you dream to begin with? Do you dream, or you dream a lot, or you would rarely dream, or how are your dreams? Are they bitter? Are they painful? Are they dwelling, or what exactly?
Mm-hmm. Actually, I dream a lot since my childhood.
Ah.
I am an introvert. So, because of this kind of nature, I used to imagine so much since my
Mhm.
childhood. And now also, I imagine things and I want to achieve those things. I try to create a picture in my mind and then I start working towards that goal. And yeah, it's necessary also because somewhere we have to think about something, then only we can reach to that thing. So I am a dreamer, but I would say I am action taker also. Whatever I
Ah,
decide, I never give up. What about
oh,
you?
nice. So you basically live your aspirations in your dreams, correct?
Yeah, you can
Nice.
say.
Same with me. You know the fact, right? Psychologically, if you think about a particular thing for a
Mm-hmm.
long period of time during the day or during the whole week, or whatever the period of time may be, it appears in your dreams. You know, it
Mm,
automatically, becomes part of your dreams. So yeah,
right.
I do dream a lot, but my dreams are very random. It is
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with what I'm living, what I'm thinking, my thought process, current situation, current scenario. No, nothing. They're very random, very random.
Mm-hmm.
In between, I would just simply dream about uh, probably non-existing places. More of, I am a little religious, so more of religious, places like temples or some
Mm-hmm.
abandoned or some forgotten, some hidden uh, temples or monuments. And I dream about, of course, my loved ones as well, few who have left me, and
Mm-hmm.
few that I think, could have been in a very pleasant association if they would have been, little longer for a longer period of time with me. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it has never happened to me that I have dreamt my aspirations. Like for example, I aspire to kind of do something or become something. It has never
Mm-hmm.
occurred to me. I was waiting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting for something like this to happen because it said that, whenever you desire or you kind of long for something, it kind of have higher chances of appearing in your dreams. But nothing that sort has happened with me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, is it a malfunction or possibly it is just one of the things? Let's see.
Yeah.
So how is are your dreams scary? Do you recollect them? Because I write them down.
Mhm.
It has happened so many times that my dreams have actually happened. The deja vu moment has happened with me a lot of times. So, which
Mhm.
is why I kind of decided to kind of write down. I said, if my dreams are going to happen in real for some day, I should have a
Mhm.
some noted documentation, right? That okay, this was dreamt by me. I know I recollect whenever the thing happens, I recollect that yeah, this has happened. I know exactly what is going to happen next. So I started
Mhm.
writing. Are you able to remember your dreams once you wake up?
Sometimes, not every day. It's very difficult to remember or recall those dreams. But yeah, if the dream is scary, if I have seen something fishy or dangerous, then I usually remember. And I have a fear of water whenever I see and whenever I see something related to water, that dream I always remember. And most of the time, I can see water in my dreams. I don't know what is the reason behind it, but yeah, so many times just walk on water. Sometime I was going somewhere in water, like something like that. So
That's
yeah, these type
amazing.
of dreams, yeah, I remember. Otherwise, it's very difficult to recall. But sometimes, whenever I remember it, the dream, if the dream is scary, so I usually try to speak about that dream, like first in the morning, so that like in there is a saying, if there is something bad happened in your dream, so you should tell somebody, so that thing will never happen.
Oh,
So that is
oh,
why I try to tell someone, like if I
yeah.
have
I
seen any
always
bad
try to
dreams.
keep it to myself. I always, because I feel, of course, there's this little fright that people will laugh at me most because
Mm-hmm.
I told you my dreams are very random,
Mm-hmm.
But I have started sharing it with my husband now, though. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very comfortable talking about my dreams because I once had dreamt that I'm sitting somewhere and there's this tiger which is on let loose, and it's taking me somewhere, not
Mm-hmm.
biting me, not attacking me, but taking me somewhere. I
Mm-hmm.
froze. I completely froze. I was not, I knew that it's a dream and I'm living the dream. However,
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to kind of, have that courage and kind of
Move.
just, yeah, not even finger. I was surprised. There's something called a sleep paralysis. So
Mm-hmm.
something of that kind happened to me. There's this
Yeah.
tiger, and then recent was there were like good herd of lions around me, and they are playing. It
Okay.
seems. Imagine
Okay.
lions playing. It's very, I don't know, funny, or I don't know what to call it. But it was
Hmm.
funny. It was funny. I was like, oh, out of blue, why would I dream of lion? And that too,
Right.
not just one or two. If it's a single, I can understand. It's just probably I'm
Hmm.
scared or must have seen it somewhere. A proper herd of lions. Super.
Yeah. So, do you believe there is any kind of meaning behind any dream? Do you believe in it?
I wouldn't say no completely,
Mm-hmm.
because I think there have been instances when I have read
Mm-hmm.
the meaning of a dream, and it has kind of closely associated as well. I
Hmm.
will not
Yes,
lie.
I
It
also
has
believe in it.
happened. I will not completely negate the fact that it could be. There
Mm-hmm.
could be relation, there could be some meaning. Of course, the whole
Mm-hmm.
process, see, something that you cannot feel or see need not have to be not existing. It could be
Mm-hmm.
existing. Probably you're not the chosen one or you're not experiencing it. Correct. The best example is air. You don't see it, but you know it
Mm-hmm.
exists. You breathe. Your whole
Mm-hmm.
existence is because of that. So there are many things that could be existing, but probably you are not the medium, or you are not the person, or you are not fortunate to kind of experience or know, be
Mm.
aware of it.
Right.
So yeah, I don't negate the fact that it exists. There is some logic, some science, something, I'm sure.
Something, yes.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
if
say
we
blindly.
Mhm. Yeah, if we believe in God, we haven't seen how he or she look like, but still we believe in it. So why we believe? Because we can name, we can have a faith in it. So whatever we can name, anything away, anything on this planet, if we can uh, give it a name, so most probably that thing is present on the planet. So I believe in this thought only. We
Correct.
cannot
There
deny the
should be,
fact.
right?
Yeah.
There should be. There are so many sciences which exist, but it's just
Hmm.
your lack of knowledge, which is why you don't know about them.
Know about it.
And
Yes.
just because you don't know, you would close your eyes. It's absolutely what's the ignorance. You
Hmm.
One shouldn't be doing it. Say,
Right.
for example, uh, say there's paranormal
Hmm.
things. So just because you have less knowledge doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like this is your world, which is substance and material, and you can touch and you can see. There could be
Hmm.
something. So yes,
Yeah.
what is your experience? What is your take on paranormal or any other science which exists, but astrology? What is your take on that?
Actually, I am not blindly following anything. I
Mm-hmm.
try to like do some research. I always open my mind to learn, to watch, to see things. Like, is it really happen? Like, it is really present on this earth or not? I don't follow blindly anyone, anything. Not any book, not any series, serial. No, I don't do that. But yeah, whenever I find something related to paranormal thing, I try to watch. I try to observe, like if the person is saying correct or not. uh, like if I have seen any video related to that, I'm not going to blindly trust on that. If I will get new one, I will try to watch that, and then again I observe. So many people, they haven't read any kind of books, and they don't have interest in it, but still they are saying no, paranormal type of things are not on this planet. Why you are
Mm-hmm.
saying this? If you don't have a knowledge, if you don't have any kind of experience, how you can say that? This is the kind of fallacy. If you don't know, so you have to you are totally denying this fact. You cannot deny. If you can't accept
Basically,
it,
you're
you
ignorant.
shouldn't. Hmm. Yeah, it's ignorance. Yeah, you should explore things. If you find any solution or anything, then you can say, yeah, I have researched a lot and I didn't find anything. Then you can say, then it's perfectly okay. So I am that kind of person. I always open up to see, to watch, observe. I used to watch video which are related to numerology. I used to watch that. So I learned so much about that, but I'm not going to follow blindly. But if I have to speak on that, so I can speak little bit. I can have a little knowledge about that. So this is how, like, I try to learn, read about things. I cannot say I am not believing in it. I'm
It's
not going
okay.
to
I
say.
guess that's more than enough. You give it a
Hmm.
chance. You do
Yes.
not completely say that no, it doesn't exist or it's
Mm-hmm.
not correct because initially in olden times,
Mm-hmm.
astrology was one of the strongest skill, and
Yeah.
people used to pursue, and people used to kind of like even the pupils would go forward, ask, seek
Hmm.
assistance and all that. But later, as
Right.
we started progressing, people started looking down upon it
Hmm.
for various reasons. And then currently, I can see the Vastu Shastra, astrology, paranormal thing
Hmm.
is catching up. People are not being ignorant and completely denying that something like this exists. They're at least trying
Something
to
is there.
effort
Yeah.
to learn, understand, and at
Hmm.
least find some logic and association with the real world. Yeah, which is
Right.
good. Which is good.
Hmm. Which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in as in we Indians are the smartest, brightest, because we
Yeah.
know so many things. Just because
Hmm.
we're so connected with nature and we learn and we
Yeah.
have this open kind of be what do you say attitude or keen on learning, which is why
Hmm.
we respect everything. So we
Right.
know much more than what we think.
Hmm.
Probably,
Yeah.
if I have to talk about myself, I must not be even aware of one third of knowledge which is available, exist.
Hmm. Right.
So there
There
is
is
so
so
much
much
to
to
learn.
know. There is so
Yeah,
much to know. When we start learning, when we know some things we get to know we don't know. We
Correct.
have to know a lot more.
Correct. And I guess you need to have that skill set also.
Mm,
All this knowledge which doesn't have scriptures, many scriptures, I would say, it's
mm-hmm,
more on your own skill. You wouldn't understand a feeling until unless you experience it. You cannot
mm,
understand the feeling. You have to feel it. When you feel it is when you would start, you know, working on your skill. So skill is also required.
correct.
If you do
Yeah.
not have a skill, no matter if it's in front of you, it's been taught to you, you will not be able to kind of adapt to it, or you will not be
Right.
able to learn. So that's also important. And this is correct attitude, you should be open to learn. You should get your
Mm,
facts, figures checked. You need to
yeah.
ascertain and stand your ground. This is what I believe, this is what I don't believe. What I don't believe, I will not say it doesn't exist. It would,
Mm,
I'm sure it's there. So if it's there, but probably not my cup of tea or
mm,
not for me.
yeah. Right.
Okay. So I'm sure you must be enjoying paranormal stories as well as in some ghost stories. We have had our grandparents and possibly
Mm-hmm.
some relatives who are so intrigued and they try to find out and they kind of communicate, they talk and they tell stories. Have you heard of any ghosty stories or do you share such ghosty?
So many times. Actually, I born and raised in a village, so you can easily see like in villages how like
Oh, the
our
women have tales to tell.
grandparents, yes, grandparents usually tell us a story related to ghost, and they always tell us real life experiences. I don't know why, like, is those stories were true or not? I don't know, but they used to tell real story. They have so much to share, and many ladies in villages I have seen, they try to manipulate us. Yes, there is something you shouldn't go there. You shouldn't do that. It will happen if you will do that. So yes, I experienced so many things. And
They
when I
tell it
used to
as
live in a
yes. Go ahead. You still
yeah,
live
yeah.
in a
When I used to live in a village, right now I live in a different place. So here I'm not interacting with so many people, but in village I used to interact with many ladies in a day, because some ladies come to my home, used to come to my home, and they used to spend time with my grandmother. So that time I used to hear story. So that time I was so scary. I I like used to avoid watching any ghost movie or serial on TV because of that fear. But now I don't have.
right. I used to initially I used to feel a little scared watching or horror movies, but
Mm-hmm.
now it's all like very comedy, very it's like a comedy show, and especially the
Hmm.
old movies, they were a little
Hmm.
exaggerated, right? The whole
Yeah.
makeup, the whole get up, and all that. It was
Yes, you can
now,
easily recognize they have
yes,
put it
yes,
a
and
lot
those
of makeup.
typical plots, yeah, typical
Mm.
plots. This will happen,
Right.
and you knew that this is going to happen, and then now it's very
Hmm.
funny actually when you watch those movies, the old
Right.
horror movies. The new ones are little creepy now. I haven't watched any actually. It's been ages,
Mm-hmm.
more than 3 4 years probably. The last movie I tried watching was The Nun.
Mm.
After
Okay.
that, and I did not complete a movie. I don't know why. Somehow my interest in movies have kind of gone. I do not
Mm-hmm.
like watching movies anymore because I don't have
Okay.
that kind of patience to sit through the
Mm.
whole 3 hours.
2 hours for two
Yeah.
hours, 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays movies are so short. Like they are 1 hour,
So,
120 minutes only. 1 hour,
those
20 minutes
are
only. But
I
still
guess
we are not able to
those are
watch.
Netflix movies that they will be a little shorter. But the
Hmm.
typical theater movie, I don't remember when was the last time I went to the theater. I quit theaters when the whole ruckus was happening, the whole
Hmm.
industry ruckus was happening. I guess 3 4 years back, I guess. I don't remember. 2019, probably I've quit. After 2019, I
Hmm.
haven't watched any movie in theater because they don't have that kind of quality.
Right.
And there are many platforms also, let's be
Hmm.
honest, which is why also people have kind of now stopped going and the extravagant charges that that are
Hmm.
kind of livid. It's really irritating, frustrating, and very disappointing. Honestly, you
Hmm.
cannot go. to a theater having 200 or 500 rupees in your pocket. If you're going to a theater, it's must that you have to have something around 1,000, and that also is
Hmm.
way less if you have a company. The
Yes.
popcorn bucket will take away 400, 500 for no
Hmm.
reason. And plus, the
Right.
tickets are also very expensive now, so it's no
Hmm.
sense anymore.
Correct. Yeah, but we can have an great experience like in theaters. You can see whenever there is any if there is something great happening, so people start shouting. So that is a different
Correct.
kind of experience.
Correct. And those kind of
Sometimes I go,
movies
but
are supposed to be
then I
made,
enjoy a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
Hmm.
of course, I agree. See, there's no debate that the theater experience is, of course, going to be phenomenal because the kind of
Hmm.
screen that
At
you're
least
watching.
1 or 2 times in a year we should visit.
But
This
I
is
guess it's more of movies should have that responsibility to kind of have that kind of substance to show. It should be
sure.
made in such a way that, for example, I wouldn't mind watching a Sanjay Leela Bhansali movie in theaters. Why? Because the
Hmm.
experience is very lavish. The experience is nice. When I'm
Right.
watching that screen, the screen has so much to offer. The screen has so much
Hmm.
to show. Yeah.
Right.
However, if I watch some average movie with average story, I will not go for a comedy movie in the theaters. I will not.
Hmm.
Because comedy
Okay.
is now so stale. I don't like the recent comedy that happens. I
Mhm.
prefer this small screen has much more to offer rather than the
Mm.
movie. The movies have become very, I don't know. I don't like them. But
Yeah,
yes,
even I also don't like comedy movie. I never watch. I don't like really. If there is something like motivational or any inspirational story, I try to watch. Like I enjoy a lot if there is something interesting, something new, something any novel idea is there. So I try to watch. I enjoy a lot, a lot.
correct.
But
As
comedy, I don't like.
honestly, you brought up the correct point. Novelty. There's no novelty nowadays. It's so
Yes,
typical. The same plot being
same
served,
thoughts.
have 100, 200 types of experiment, but the plot is same. There
Same, yeah.
is no novelty in the subject or the
Yeah,
story or the script. To some extent,
yeah.
even the scripts are very similar. It's just
Similar, yeah. We somewhere we know like what will be next.
expected.
We know
Yeah,
somewhere we know.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so
Hey,
I think
nice.
this much is enough.
Yeah,
We
more
have
than
talked
enough.
a lot about. We
One
started
thing
from
led to
somewhere else
another.
and we have reached
Yeah.
on movies.
But this is
Really.
exactly how it should be, right? Because and
Yeah.
everything was interlinked. It's
Right.
not that there was no coherence or cohesion. It was
Mm,
there, but it's just that we went little drifted
right.
little way ahead.
Mm.
Chalo,
Okay
take
then.
care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Have a
Yeah.
nice evening, dear.
Yes,
Bye.
you too. Bye bye.